which is something that I actually hope to bring to our campus here, because we have really amazing criminal justice students, and I'd like to be able to highlight and feature them.
Yeah.
And then I was also involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I've always been involved in music. I lived at home, so there were a lot of other family obligations that I had tied to there. So it was a vastly different experience from what I think most of our students get here. But I also did understand the importance of being involved in your campus, because y'all together, we spend so much time here. This is, for all intents and purposes, a second home. So why not make this a space that I can feel comfortable in, that I can be myself, that I can showcase all aspects of myself. And I think that's what I appreciate about all of our student organizations here, is that it creates that niche for students.
I agree. I definitely agree. So Carmitas, when it comes to you being in college, is LSU the only thing you do, or is there other things you're a part of?
For me, there are other things that I'm a part of. LSU is my main priority as president, but I've also been a part of Image Step Team since I was in my junior year, and I'm also on the executive board for the Student Association's programming board. I am the director of public relations, so I hold those two positions, as well as I'm a part of a team. Other than that, I think I'm pretty involved for those three, but I kind of stick to those that's kind of where I found my place. I have a special inkling in my heart for the Women's Center here on campus. I love their organization. I love what they're a part of. So I'm definitely a proud committee member for them, but yeah.
All right, let's get a little deep again. Un poquito deep. Ready? So we are taught all about generational curses, right? Do you think you had any generational curses from your family that came with you to a new environment, like coming to Oswego? Or do you think you didn't come with none? I can tell you I came with some.
I definitely think I came with a few. For one, I think it's our lack of asking for help. That is definitely within my family. Like, we're not supposed to reach out to other people. We're supposed to figure things out on ourselves. And when I first got to Oswego, there were a lot of things as a student, especially coming from a different area, that I did not understand, I did not know, and I did not know how to reach out for help. And that stuck with me until I finally got comfortable being uncomfortable, and I put myself in those positions and finally learned how to actually ask for help. So that is definitely one for sure.
So in my family, we don't talk about generational curses. We talk about generational blessings.
Okay.
And one of the things that I can say I will take with me everywhere I go is the work ethic. And I 100% have gotten that from my parents.
Okay.
You know, I too fall into this trap of needing to feel like I have to do everything on my own. I have to showcase myself. I have to show that I am capable of doing all of these things, because if not, then we tend to fall into that sort of imposter syndrome pattern. Where if we have to ask for help, that means that we're lesser than, that we're not capable. But growing up, one of the best things, and I actually have this in my dissertation dedication to my parents, is in Spanish we have a phrase that says, hay una diferencia en tener educación y ser educado.
I know, that's right.
So loosely translated, that means that there is a difference between having education and being educated. You can have 17 million degrees and still not have any form of knowledge attainment. So my parents came here with not the type of formal education that one would expect, but they are by far some of the smartest people that I have ever met in my entire life. They've taught me the importance of valuing yourself, of humbling yourself, being humble but not being humbled, having pride but not being prideful. And because of that, I am 100% able to say that I've been able to get to where I've gotten, but I haven't gotten there alone. Because I always tell people, and if my dad ever sees this, I'm sorry. He's very short.
I think I heard this story before.
He's very short, but I've always said that I've gotten here because I've been lucky enough to stand on the shoulders of giants. Because for me, they are. They taught me a lot about being myself and imparting that onto other students. So everything that my family has taught me, I don't treat my students any differently. And I hope that if any student that comes through my door, that's come through my classroom, that comes to any of the programs that we've done, can say is, I saw myself in this person and they saw me.
I like that. That's fire. So far our conversation's been great. I'm enjoying it, but there's still a lot to come. So before we get to our final questions, let's take a short break and we'll be right back with some more questions. Good progress.
The awkward stare off was mad.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back to the bigger picture. Let's just jump right back into the questions here. So, Carmi, Dr. Duran, what kind of support resources does the Latino Student Union provide to its members and the broader Latino community here at Oswego?
Well, for one, we have our office hours. So on campus in the Point, we have an office. So all of our members on our executive board are delegated to certain hours. So if our committee wants to come and speak with us, if they have any questions, if they just want to talk, get to know us, our door is always open for them. Also, we just came back from Fulton after doing an outreach program through different organizations that reached out to us to help out with the Latino community over there in Fulton. So we do things like that. Previously in our past e-boards, we actually used to read out to children in the library within the community. So those are a few things that we've been able to do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So my next question, we're gonna go deep again. But can you guys share any personal experiences or stories that highlight the impact of what the Latino Student Union does on this campus or can do to an individual here on campus? Take your time, you guys are good.
I think yesterday's program is a prime example of that. So yesterday was our table talk, and it's essentially based off of the TV show Red Table Talk by Jada Pinkett and her family, where we get the room set around and we kind of do seminar style, and our director of programming comes up with questions, controversies, different things that we want to talk about. And for this program, we tried to incorporate a lot what it's like being a POC in this campus. So for example, one of our questions was, what's one challenge we faced? And it was very warming to see after one person raised their hand, 6 other people on the line had something they wanted to say about how they felt represented on this campus, how they were challenged, or something that they felt they just wanted to get off of their chest. So something like that is very moving to me, at least.
Yeah, sitting in on some of the programs has really helped me understand students better, understand their experiences here on campus. Because of the fact that we're looking at a disproportionality in terms of how students are represented on the campus, which then gets reflected in how students see themselves in faculty, being able to better understand the types of experiences that students go through, not just in class, but with each other, what their anxieties are, what they're worried about, understanding how their experiences also help inform their academic experience, and being able to provide a little bit more nuance into how that actually occurs.
Okay, cool. So, like we mentioned earlier, the Latino Student Union has is just one of other organizations here that represent other multicultural organizations Oswego has to offer. So what does a normal collaboration look like with the other organizations, or what does a collaboration look like with the local community? So that could be like any community service events or protests or rallies or whatever that may be.
Well, we have a few. So as far as programs and collaborations with different organizations, today, right now actually, we have a program collaboration with the Caribbean Student Association, and our program is called The American Dream, and it's essentially about how second-generation children from the Caribbean and from Latin American countries that come over here feel kind of disconnected to their roots and may be seen as less than almost to our older generations because the struggles they went through in the places that we haven't been able to face. So sometimes we're looked at a little less than, and just opening up on how we feel about that. So even though they're the Caribbean Student Association and we're the Latino Student Union, there's still ways we intersect and we both understand each other and our differences and our similarities and how we're all fighting with the same message essentially.
Okay, cool. All right, so my next question here, this is a little running joke we have here on the bigger picture. But let's just say you're going out to dinner, right? And you have the choice to go to dinner with any Hispanic historical figure, celebrity, movie star, whatever you think, you name it, you could go to dinner with them. Who would that person be, and what do you think your conversation with them would be like?
You got yours?
Yeah.
Go.
Elizabeth Acevedo.
Why Elizabeth?
Elizabeth Acevedo is one of the most prolific Afro-Latina authors of our time. She has this ability to be able to show our stories in such a nuanced way that showcases all of the beautiful shades, colors, experiences. One of my favorite books, it's a recent book of hers, it's called Clap When You Land. And it's because of this running joke that we clap for everything.
Oh, yeah.
But
We do.
Yeah, like when you get on the plane and you clap when the plane lands.
Yeah, especially when you go to DR.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I still do it.
Yeah.
People make fun of me because of that. Because my friends will tell me I'm not sitting next to you if you're going to clap when the plane lands. But I'm going to do it because, we made it safely.
Safe and sound.
We've touched down. We're
God
there
bless.
to enjoy ourselves. But it's also about celebrating when you've landed, when you've actually made it. And Elizabeth Acevedo, if you're listening, I'm available.
Okay, wait, where are you guys going to eat at? That's the good question.
Oh, you mean like here in Oswego?
Oh, no, anywhere you want. Like, where would you like to go for a dinner with her? Like, you want steak?
No. I want to go to a mom and pop stand that is owned by like a small restaurant over in Bonao, because that's where I'm from.
Oh, you went
in
specific.
DR.
I like
Yep.
that.
Right. So there's actually when we go to the river in DR, in Dominican Republic, we take all of our food with us. So in an ideal world, my grandmother would still be here with us. She would make us lunch, and then me and Elizabeth would take a very academic stroll down El Río Masipedro in Bonao. I have played this out of my mind.
Yeah. Okay, so Carmi, who would be your person, and where would you guys go to eat?
I think my person would be Bad Bunny.
Hey, I agree.
First, I would
would
ask
join.
him why he cuts hair, and then I love it. Let's start there. Second, I think I would want to go to Hibachi. I think me and Bad Bunny would have fun on like a little hibachi dinner date. Because I have a lot of things to say to him. I love his music. I love what he does. I love his messages. Like, Bad Bunny, if you're watching this, hibachi.
Oh my God.
Hibachi.
So, as we always wrap up the bigger picture, we always like to leave one lasting question to all our viewers, which is, what message or advice would you give to other students interested in starting or joining a similar organization on their campus? Or what advice would you give any students in general who are maybe scared or nervous to do something like what you guys are doing?
My friend recently told me of something she believes in, which is if you're going to do it and you're scared, go and do it scared. So if you're scared to get involved, if you're scared to talk to someone, if you're scared to start an organization, go do it. Do it scared. Do it with your heart pounding out your chest, but you're going to do it. And one thing I firmly believe in and like to tell myself is get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you will not grow in your safe zone. So yeah.
Cool. Dr. D?
I would say if you want to start that student organization, 100% go for it. And also find a faculty advisor that you know is going to 100% support you, the organization, and the organization's mission, because ultimately, at some point, that will make a difference.
I agree, and I don't mean to add on here, but from my experiences being a part of the Latino Student Union, my big thing that I always told people who came to programs is make this your home away from home, because it's the one place where you're gonna realize you laughed the most, you cried the most, you got into some great discussions with. It's literally your home away from home. So I don't mean to love on the LSU train, but I love this organization. And one more question, because I totally forgot. Latin Heritage Month just passed. We're almost done. It's about to end.
Yes, we are.
We're still here.
We're still here.
October
Until the 15th.
We got it.
October
Till the
15th.
So if you can, what is one word that you want to, you think describes Latin Heritage Month?
Beautiful.
Beautiful? And one sentence, why?
Because it's celebrating all the differences in our cultures. Like, some people we're Latin, Hispanic. It's everyone. It's not just about one culture. It's not one country. It's a month for all of us.
Dr. D, we got a little bit of time left, but your one word?
Interconnectedness.
Because?
Because like Carmidas already said, we are all one nation. And when it comes to being Latino, there are so many different aspects that go into that we have to celebrate all of it.
I agree. And just like that, the bigger picture. Thank you guys all for tuning in to tonight's episode. We would like to thank Dr. Duran and Carmitas for joining us, representing the Latino Student Union. Tonight was a great episode, and stay tuned for the rest of the semester as we're just going to be dropping banger after banger. Don't forget to view things through the bigger picture. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, students organize an event to promote suicide prevention.
And find out what happened to a plane that tipped backwards at JFK Airport today.
Plus, class registration is right around the corner, and the advisement is offering their help.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Matthew Bly.
And I'm Madeline Cummings.
As midterm grades come out, students will shortly begin registering for classes. The Advisement Center will continue to host registration workshops through the end of the week to help students prepare their schedules for winter and spring registration. The workshop will help students understand how to review degree requirements, use registration and planning on SUNY Oswego, and browse courses to add to their registration plan.
Registration workshops will take place until October 27th. October 25th's program will be held in room 143 in the Marano Campus Center. All other dates will take place in room 133. To locate your time of registration, log into your My Oswego. For any questions about registration, you can contact the Advisement Center by phone or email.
The School of Business at SUNY Oswego is hosting a panel discussion tomorrow on the future of generative AI. The panel of alumni will discuss how New York's business landscape could be changed by the rapidly growing industry of artificial intelligence. Guests from established positions in companies like Google, Oswego Health, and Constellation are expected to attend. The event will be held from 2:15 to 3:45 in the Marano Campus Center auditorium. But those who cannot make it can also join over Zoom.
Octavia Acapella will be hosting a suicide prevention event at the Marano Campus Center in the Food and Activities Court. The event will be called Together We Thrive and is aimed to raise awareness and support for those struggling with mental health challenges. It will take place on Tuesday, October 24th at 7 p.m. The event will begin with a walk from the Marano Campus Center Food and Activities Court and followed by performances and speakers at 8 p.m. in the Sheldon Hall Ballroom.
Oswego County police agencies are joining forces with the statewide Stop DWI efforts to keep the streets safe this Halloween weekend. Coordinator David Hall says that Halloween is meant to be scary, but it shouldn't be for drivers and their passengers. The goal is to raise awareness and keep the streets safe while people are trick-or-treating and attending parties. Hall encourages people to download the mobile app called Have a Plan, which helps people educate themselves on blood alcohol levels and find a safe way home. Just this past weekend, SUNY Oswego had a Friends and Family Weekend. The campus hosted a number of events to entertain the friends and family of current students.
WTOP-10's Austin Kloss has more.
This past weekend was Friends and Family Weekend. Students welcomed their loved ones to our tour to campus, participate in wide activities. The campus hosted such great activities such as the Great Pumpkin Race, a 5K race that takes all around campus, and the Pride Festival. They also showcased the production of The Importance of Being Earnest, an annual iron pour, a community pool movie, and 2 Oswego hockey games. It was a fun weekend, and I went around campus to ask some students and parents about their visit.
5K this morning, and my legs hurt, but it was good.
Absolutely, especially those who are feeling homesick. They can feel a sense of home when they come, and maybe they won't feel that homesick.
It was a fun-filled weekend, and it was nice to see everybody who could see their families. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Austin. Say, this weekend we had really strong winds and horrible rain. Is this bad weather going to continue throughout the week?
Let's take a look at our Team 10 forecast with meteorologist Caitlin Farrell.
Yes, guys, so I do hate to break it to you. Yes, there is going to be a lot more rain and definitely a lot more interesting climax and rain. So, fall or summer still? Which one is it? Are we actually going to be getting that snow, or is it still going to be fall? When's our next chance of rain? We're going to go from the 70s for this week, and then into next week, we're going to go into the 20s. We've already had the Tug Hill see about a trace to an inch already of snow. That's soon going to be on our way. And then, what's the rest of the week going to look like? I'll be back with you guys after this break. But for now, back to you guys.
Thank you, Caitlin. This past Friday, things were heating up on campus. SUNY Oswego held their annual Iron Pour, coordinated by the Campus Department of Technology and the Department of Art and Design. The event collaboration gave students the opportunity to create sculptures using liquefied scrap iron. The department set aside weeks to prepare for this hours-long event, taking the time to cut down scrap metal to the appropriate sizes and pre-building molds at the event. Students were broken up into teams, taking turns feeding the metal into the furnace. Once the metal entered the furnace, the liquefaction process occurred, allowing for the unique creations to be realized. Students of every skill level gathered to participate, leading to the success of the event.
3 gas stations just outside Syracuse were robbed at gunpoint this past Sunday. One robbery was reported around 7 p.m. Sunday night, where a man in a tan hoodie displayed a handgun to an employee and continued to rob the store of an undisclosed amount of cash and left on foot. The suspect is still at large, and it is undetermined if all the crimes were connected. The sheriff's office asked anyone with information about the crimes to call them at this number to provide information.
A JetBlue airplane tipped at New York's JFK airport Sunday night. It happened while crews were unloading the plane. The airline says a shift in weight caused the tail to tip backward and the nose to lift up. It's not known if anyone was on board at the time, but no injuries were reported. JetBlue is reviewing the incident and says mechanics will inspect the plane before it flies again.
Still ahead tonight, Kathy Hochul visited Israel last week.
Plus, the hunt for the Speaker of the House continues for House Republicans.
One occurred for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
is May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed
There's
the door
something wrong with this teleprompter. Okay.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew, news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Good evening and welcome back to WTOP-10. I'm your meteorologist, Caitlin Farrell, speaking with you today. So right now, our current conditions. Right now, we're about 47 degrees out here in Oswego. Feels like 46. That wind is definitely taking a toll on the feel of the temperature. Sunrise tomorrow is going to definitely be at 7:31 a.m. It's going to be getting shorter and shorter as we get into turning the clocks back. Wind right now, northeast, 3 miles per hour, pressure 103.2, dew point 37, and humidity 71%. Definitely not seeing any rain as we get into the rest of the night. So looking ahead at our bus stop schedule, off to school is about to be 42 degrees, cloudy, not really seeing too much sense of sunlight. And then as we get to heading home, we'll definitely be seeing a lot more sunlight. Nearly partly cloudy, 62 degrees. Definitely need that jacket in the beginning of the bus ride. So looking at a map, just kind of seeing there is a cold front going down past New York City. We have a little bit of a warm front and occluded front that is kind of staying put in the center of the county, or of the country, sorry. So looking ahead for the temperatures tomorrow, 47 is going to definitely be our lowest point tomorrow at 9 a.m. 11 a.m. is going to be 53. We're going to go a little bit up into the 60s, high of 63 by 3 p.m. tomorrow, staying at 63 until 5 p.m. and slowly working our way back down to 57. So 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, we're looking at 64, mostly sunny, high of 50. Tuesday, 68, clouds, maybe a PM shower, low of 56. We're going to be starting to see a nice upward track into the 70s and then slowly dropping down back into the 50s of what an actual fall weather is supposed to feel like. That is it for weather. Back to the front desk.
New York State's weed businesses may be impacted by a new distributor license requirement. The Cannabis Control Board, or CCB, recently approved a new mandate that allows the Office of Cannabis Management to give violation notices to businesses who are operating without a license. The business is then granted 5 days to provide a certificate of compliance form to the OCM. If the certificate is not sent in, current regulations allow the OCM to impose fines of up to $20,000 for each day the business continues to sell without a license.
Earlier this week, New York Governor Kathy Hochul visited Israel to demonstrate her solidarity with the country. She says the trip has been life-changing for her. At the media availability, Hochul shared the stories she heard and the sights she witnessed during her trip last week. She says that with New York housing the largest population of Jewish people outside of Israel, it is important to show the firsthand support for the Jewish community.
We now lead to the Middle East, where Israeli strikes have killed more than 400 people in Gaza in a single day. Nearly 200 of them were children. Israeli Defense Forces say they hit 320 terror targets in 24 hours.
A word of warning, some of the images and videos from the following story are extremely graphic and may be hard to watch or hear. Cole Higgins has the latest.
Victims pulled from buildings bombed to ruins in Gaza. Parts of neighborhoods now reduced to rubble. Intensified Israeli airstrikes killing hundreds in a bloody 24 hours in Gaza. Among the dead, children. Some parents in Gaza have resorted to writing their children's names on their legs to help identify them should either they or the children be killed.
People gave me these 2 babies. They are injured by the bombing.
At least a dozen hospitals and dozens more medical centers are now out of service in Gaza. Doctors warn many infants relying on ventilators will not survive if electricity is cut off.
Unfortunately, at the moment, we have no any medical supply. The essential drugs, which is essential drugs as life-saving for baby in the first 2 hours of life.
Humanitarian supplies have now begun to trickle into the region, none of it much needed fuel. Gaza now more than 7,000 aid trucks short of normal deliveries.
What we need
is a significant scaling up of a supply line into Gaza, and it needs to be sustained and it needs to be uninterrupted.
With a ground invasion into Gaza appearing imminent, the Israeli military say their soldiers are now taking part in training exercises to improve their readiness and capabilities for ground operations. I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
The IDF says the targets included tunnels and dozens of operational command centers belonging to Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. 20 days and counting since Kevin McCarthy was ousted as Speaker of the House, and House Republicans are still on the search for the new Speaker of the House. They held a candidate forum Monday night to look for someone to succeed Representative McCarthy. Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio exited the race for Speaker Friday after 3 failed bids. Since then, numerous Republicans have thrown their hats into the political ring. Any lawmaker that runs for House Speaker needs to get 217 votes to win the gavel.
In South America, Argentina's presidential elections have headed to a runoff as the country's economic minister, Sergio Massa, received the highest number of votes in Sunday's presidential election. He will face far-right libertarian economist Xavier Milei in a runoff on November 19th. Polls show that Massa received the highest number of votes with around 33%, and Milei received roughly 30% of votes. Argentina's new president will take office in December to start a 4-year term.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, the United Auto Workers Union do a surprise walkout.
And what are some potential symptoms for breast cancer that are not lumps?
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back, everyone. In consumer news, a new study shows that university early decision applications benefit mostly students from wealthy families. Early decision allows students to apply to their top schools months before regular applications are due. Any incoming student can use this application, but some students can't afford the risk. A lot of students need to compare their different schools' financial aid offers to negotiate their aid packages. The study found that students from higher income families are more likely to apply to highly competitive schools early.
The auto workers' strike continues to intensify as workers do a surprise walkout. The United Auto Workers Union ordered nearly 7,000 workers to walk out of Stellantis plant in Metro Detroit. The UAW say Stellantis has the worst proposal as they continue to negotiate. This is the second time the UAW ordered a surprise walkout as a high-profile factory. As of right now, there are more than 40,000 auto workers on strike.
Most adults recognize a lump as a potential sign for breast cancer. but less than half can suffer with other red flags associated with the disease. Dr. Sachin Jiwar has more about potential signs of breast cancer.
By the time we catch an inflammatory breast cancer, 1/3 of patients will already have metastatic disease, meaning that the cancer has spread outside of the breast and lymph node areas.
Are you comfortable in this position? It's fine. Okay. How's the compression? It's fine. It's fine.
The American Cancer Society says that inflammatory breast cancer happens to young women under the age of 40. It is also more common in women that are overweight or obese.
The CDC says that we are in for another rough season of respiratory disease. The agency predicts that during peak virus season, there will be 15 to 25 weekly hospitalizations for every 100,000 people. They also predict an onslaught of patients at healthcare facilities. The CDC also says COVID will be a worse perpetrator, followed by the flu and SRV. Students urge people to get vaccinated.
Coming up, we have our sports anchor, Owen Miles.
Owen, can you give us a quick preview?
Thank you, guys. We have a battle of the Texas teams for the American League Championship, and a huge trade just took place in the NFL. Coming up after a short break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Owen Miles, bringing you your Monday night sports update. The Oswego women's volleyball team traveled to Fredonia on Saturday, where they scored the victory with a final score of 3-2. The Lakers were able to come back from a 2-0 deficit to start the match by winning the next 3 sets to complete the comeback. Set 5 was a back-and-forth battle, but Georgia Ferry of the Lakers was able to close out the match with a game-winning kill. The Lakers will return home for a doubleheader this weekend, where they will take on Brockport on Friday and Geneseo on Saturday. We head to the Deb now, where the men's hockey team scored the victory on Saturday against the Alvernia Golden Wolves. The Lakers started off with a bang with an opening minute goal in the first period by Connor Sleeth. Alvernia made some big adjustments after that because the Golden Wolves put a ton of pressure on the Lakers defense and was able to close the gap late. The Lakers, however, stepped up in the closing minutes and came away with the victory by a final score of 7-6. Oswego will take on Hobart College for Teal Night on Friday. We have an exciting game in the world of baseball tonight as the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros will face off in Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. The Astros are attempting to make their second consecutive trip to the World Series, while the Rangers are looking to make it there for the first time since 2011. The starting pitchers for tonight are Christian Javier for the Astros and Max Scherzer for the Rangers. The winner of the Battle of Texas will advance to the 2023 World Series. We have big news from the NFL world as the Philadelphia Eagles traded for Kevin Byard earlier today. The Tennessee Titans sent Byard to Philadelphia in exchange for safety Terrell Edmunds and 2 draft picks. The Eagles are coming off of a massive win over the Miami Dolphins on Sunday night and continue to make splashes with the addition of the All-Pro safety. Meanwhile, the Titans, who are off to a slow start to the season at 2-4, are gearing up for the future with extra draft picks. This Sunday, Bill Belichick became the 3rd coach to have 300 wins. Sports reporter Jesse Kushner has more.
Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was a great game and a brutal one at that between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. The Patriots are on the board first from their rookie kicker, who outstandingly scores the first 3 points with about 10 minutes left on the clock. Not even 30 seconds go by, and the Patriots intercept the ball to gain the possession back. This eventually leads to the first touchdown of the game, making the score 10-0 in favor of the Patriots. The Bills decreased the margin, however, with a field goal of their own, raising the score to 10-3. But the Patriots score a devastating second kick with 7 minutes left in the second quarter that will lead to the eventual victory over the Bills. Back to Matt and Maddle, YNN, at the desk.
Owen and Jesse, thank you so much for that. What an exciting weekend. But don't go anywhere because we're about to find out what America and New York's favorite Halloween candies are. Stay tuned after the break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy.
Look at the bling. Do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10
out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for some good news. So from candy corn to Kit Kats, favorite Halloween candies vary by the state.
CandyStore.com released data based on its bulk candy sales to determine the favorite Halloween sweets in each state and nationwide.
The most popular candy across the state was Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
While New York's favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids, followed by Hot Tamales and candy corn.
Well, what are all of your favorite candies?
I was gonna say, do we agree with this list?
Yeah, that's a really good list, honestly.
You think it's good?
Yeah, I like
hot. You like hot tamales?
Well, except for the hot tamales part. That
no
was
hot
not
tamales.
Yeah, no, the hot tamales confused me too. I don't
I
know
could-
how
That
to
was
get
weird,
up that
yeah.
high.
I could do Sour Patch Kids though.
I like
any
Sour
day.
Patch
I get
Kids.
that.
I love Sour Patch Kids, especially the watermelon one. Like those are the greatest
Okay.
ones in my opinion.
I like when they're different shapes.
Exactly,
They
like
got different shapes.
like the little watermelons. That really.
Oh yeah,
makes
I
them
know.
a lot
Okay, I know what
more
you're talking about.
more fun, I guess.
But-
Not that the little people aren't fun enough.
Yeah.
Well, I really like Almond Joys. I'm kind of sad that they didn't make the list, but a little disappointed. You guys, any things that you thought would make the list?
No Hershey's.
Wow,
Couldn't believe
that's-
it.
that's really
nothing,
surprising.
Nothing,
Like-
nothing chocolate. Nothing chocolate.
Yeah.
Halloween. I
That's
don't know.
really surprising.
So they got candy corn.
You want to know another one that I really like? So, it's like candy corn, but they're pumpkins.
I love
Yeah.
those, the pumpkins, yeah.
Yeah, like the other
Cohen,
day.
you're killing me.
Like, we got a bunch of
Killing
them.
me.
They're so good. Like I've always loved them.
think
Even
they're
though
just too
my
much.
family doesn't like them.
Yeah.
I
Well, now
don't
we know who's buying them.
Yep.
Caitlin, can you give us a bit of like a little last check on weather?
Yeah, so a little last check on weather. We are going to be seeing an increase in temperatures up into the 70s by the time we get to Friday, along with showers. And then throughout the weekend and into next week, we do get a dip back into the 50s and into fall weather.
And do we have anything coming up in sports at all this week?
Well, I know this weekend that the men's cross country and women's cross country are going to Cortland, I think it is, for the SUNY Championships. So that's pretty surprising. A lot of
We can look
lot
forward
of great
to that.
opportunities there.
Well, I hope you learned something. I hope you had some fun. But that is our report for tonight.
Make sure to stay tuned for our OP.
Perspective Entertainment.
Right.
Thank you for watching.
Have a great night, everyone.
Perspective Entertainment, the newest Black Center entertainment-based show. It's our second episode, and you know we ready to get the good vibes going. I'm your host, Paris Holmes, and down there on the far end, I got my lovely co-host.
Hey guys, how are ya?
Today, you feel me, we got a very, very busy guest with us. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, man?
Sure. Thank you guys for having me. My name is Dennis Molina, also known as Common Plays with my photography business. And yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you, so.
Not as excited as I am.
Is this a competition?
Maybe just a little bit, bro. Just a little bit.
You
I
better
came into
relax
it with
before I
the
make you
mindset.
dance.
My bad, my bad. I don't got rhythm. I can't beat y'all in that. I can't beat y'all in
Nah,
that.
he's gonna shake his hips. You gotta shake your hips.
I can't.
He takes pictures of people shaking their hips, but he don't
Exactly.
actually shake his hips.
I'm not in front of the camera most of the time.
So, alright, so I talked about your resume and all that, and you said I told you was a very busy man. So, like, give us a little insight of what you've been doing, man.
Yeah, sure. So if we want to talk about my involvement, currently president for 2.5, vice president for the National Society for Black Engineers, senior advisor for Digital Music Association, co-director of public relations for Fashion at Oswego, and secretary for the Oswego Photo Club.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at that.
2.5 president, NSBE vice president. Come on now. That's a banger.
FAO,
FAO.
and the photo club.
Like, out of all of these, I'm not gonna ask which is a favorite, but like, which one takes like the most time to get everything rolling?
That's a very good question. To get things rolling, I would definitely say DMA takes more time out of my week, just because it is kind of like I would say it's a passion organization, right? It's a music thing. So it's like, obviously we have to do like e-board stuff within the school and whatnot, but we also take time every Saturday and every weekend to like have studio sessions. Like we hang out outside of just like e-board stuff to like create stuff for the e-board. So I would say like on a week-to-week basis, definitely DMA. But when it comes to planning, maybe I would say 2.5, just because I kind of like helped spearhead that as the president. But yeah.
So we did talk a little bit about NSBE.
Yeah,
like a few, we talked about like a week ago. Oh, we're not doing that today, I'm just saying. So we did talk about that. Can you give us a little insight about that?
Yeah, so NSBE is the National Society for...
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're gonna cut the commercial break. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely not allergy season anymore.
Stay away from me, man. Stay away from me, like.
Are we good? Let us know.
I can see the tear.
You want to mute your mic.
It's about to ruin the makeup. Yeah, NSBE is the National Society for Black Engineers. Okay.
I mean, like, what, like, tell us a little bit about it, like, why?
Okay, my bad. My first time being on the show, I got a little confused. But it is the National Society for Black Engineers. It is basically just a hub for POC students to have a place where they have people who have been in the shoes that they have been in, right? Obviously, we have the tutoring center, we have the Computer Science Association, but it's kind of, at least in my experience, everybody knows a computer science student that ended up switching their major after the first year, right? Our main goal is to kind of like prevent that, mitigate that, and try to help that. We really want to have a space where not only we have people who are POC that are feeling comfortable within their major, but also thriving within their major, right? Because a lot of us that do come here, I know me, I probably failed upwards for like 2-3 years. And that shouldn't be the case, you know? It took me a while for me to kind of get like the hang of my major. So our whole thing is basically going back and making sure that people do not have to experience that, right? So we have tutoring, we have workshops, we collaborate with Women in Computing, we collaborate with the Human Computer Interaction Club, we may even collaborate with the Computer Science Association, but it's basically just a way for students to come and know that they are supported and that they can get the help that they deserve.
All right, so with all that going on,
Yeah,
with, like with certain orgs, like I already asked you which is like the most time consuming, but how do you like time manage all of them all together on a like daily basis?
I really don't know. I feel like with a lot of these
answer.
organizations, they kind of like they're passions for me, you know, you kind of have to care about them. So I think like if I have a break between this class and the next class, maybe I could fit in 1 or 2 tasks when it comes to either of the organizations. Like maybe I can, you know, talk to this person, have this quick meeting, do this, do that. But it's just about like finding every nook and cranny within your schedule to try and fit something in.
Do you ever have like time to take a nap?
like, do you get exhausted?
I take naps all the time. Naps are,
you got time.
I mean, the way I have my schedule set up is kind of like Tuesdays and Thursdays are my free days. So I kind of like scheduled it out that way. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it's just kind of, everything's just running at the same time.
So basically what you're just saying, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit of sneak this. Today is Monday.
Yeah.
So did we like interfere with some, you know, plans that's going on?
Not really, you know. I have DMA actually at this time, but I let them know that I was going to be here, and they're very supportive too, so they didn't mind at all.
Okay, so you brought up DMA, you brought up 2.5, you brought up, you know, all your 5. What's your favorite? Just let's get a tier ranking at least.
Yeah, like
give me
what's
the
your
top
favorite?
3.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm gonna definitely have to go with DMA as my first one. Just because I get very big-headed. I'm a very big-headed person, and I feel like DMA was kind of the first organization that kind of gave me, like obviously I got my position, I came in, but they kind of gave me the floor and gave me the space to kind of just put my ideas to light, you know? I really feel like DMA is very, very unique because yes, everybody has their certain role, but we all work together for a common goal. And I feel like that was the first time I got to have that experience within SUNY Oswego. And it worked out in our favor. I mean, we finally got an album going. We put it out recently this last summer. And before that, at the close of last semester, we had a Creators Ball. It was a very, very good way for us to have different artists from DC, from New York City, from here in Oswego, and kind of just showcase all of their talent. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the term like ghetto gospel, but it's like,
it's a raw wave, bro.
I don't know about all that. But basically, you know, like these are kids who come from like impoverished communities. These are kids who never really had a support system growing up. These are kids who are kind of trying to escape a reality within their lives that involved that most kids growing up in like impoverished communities, the only way you're gonna make it out is either jail or a basketball player, right? And like these are kids who kind of took the risk towards like doing something that's a passion for them, right? You know, for so many years they kind of didn't have that space, you know, and to kind of create that space, it's like, okay, yeah, we're ghetto kids, we're ghetto children, this is ghetto gospel, you know, it put everybody in one room and it let everybody shine and it let everybody shine in their own way. They didn't have to conform to any rules, they didn't have to conform to any regulations, they were able to come as they are from wherever they're from, and they were able to kind of
All right, when we come back, we're going to dig a little deep into Dennis' background. So stay tuned.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings and our real talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
All right, welcome back, Perspective Entertainment. You know, we still here with my boy Dennis, you feel me? So right now, we about to get into a whole lot of like, you know, background on my boy Dennis. So the first thing I do want to point out is like, he takes pictures. So I asked him to take a few pictures of me and my friends. What was the event? What was the event? Was it
Was it the variety show?
I think it was the variety show.
The Black Student Union variety show.
Yeah,
I think. Maybe.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a banger.
I could be
so, you know, whenever, I'm just saying, those pictures he took of me and my friends.
Looking like a smooth criminal.
A smooth criminal might be a little, you know, I did have on, I don't think I had on 2 watches for that event.
Arletta's back, everybody. Arletta's back. She got some cough drops. So
Not too much.
Oh, yeah, I did forget.
Yeah. If y'all know, y'all know. And y'all know. Like.
What are we supposed to be doing?
I cough when it's like really like quiet, like it's just in the wrong places. Like I come into FCC, I be like, ooh, let me take everything off because it's too hot. Like I guess, yeah.
What? So, I don't.
Just please, just please.
You know you got it.
I'm sorry.
I'll trust you. I'll trust you. So can you give us a little like background on what made you start, you know, taking pictures of everybody?
Yeah. So I was always the type of kid where like anytime I was outside or something, I would always like, but middle school and high school, if I had my phone on me and I was outside, like, and there was just something that I liked that like would like just click, like I would just immediately take a photo of it. It was almost like automatic.
The sunset. Oh, look at the sunset.
Hold on.
I like that.
We're right
right next to each other.
I know, but I'm like that
Yeah,
though.
right?
I see the sunset, be like, focus.
Why she say on though? Like,
Because that's how you start. You always gotta like involve with your dreams.
Show, right?
No, I actually no, that's not how it happened.
Oh,
Anyways.
What?
But I kind of just started doing that, and it was kind of like, I don't know, for a while my friends would kind of be annoyed with it. It would be like, yo, bro, why are you taking flicks of everything? And I was like, yo, bro, you don't see this?
So did you just have pictures like on your iPhone?
On my iPhone, yeah, I had like the iPhone 8. So like eventually I just ended up investing in my own camera. It's still the same camera I use today. I got like a $500 bundle on Amazon with 2 lenses, which for camera prices, if anybody knows about cameras, that is a really, really, really good deal. Came with a camera bag, 2 different lenses, and a camera body. That's like a steal. But little by little, I just started capturing photos of like my everyday life. Like if I was going to a party, I take pictures. If I was like
That's how I met Dennis, yeah.
That's how I met our life.
That's how we met each other, yeah.
If I was going to an event, I would take pictures. If I was outside doing something, I would take pictures and just like.
Hold on, I know you. That's a clean little fit.
What do you think
that's a dinner. That might be.
4-piece. That's a 4-piece right there.
Nah, you know me, and my friends Chrissy on the left with the the clean little turtleneck. Jenna and Shay.
Do you not see that?
That's clean. Look, he finessed
ate?
those.
You ate?
He did.
I don't know, but the picture got ruined though when Paris was in there.
Just a little bit, but you know he was fine.
Don't.
That's a fresh dad pose. That's like.
That is the dad pose after Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, it's like.
Let's see a picture.
Are y'all calling me uncle?
3 kids.
Yeah, uncle.
That's. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the most insane thing I've ever heard. That's the most insane thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's that. These are actually one of my first photos. It was at the Freaknik last year, hosted by SUNY Oswego, both Black Beauties and African American Male Empowerment Network. Shout out Wes. Wes has been there with me throughout my entire photography
boy
journey.
Wes.
Ever since I first started taking pictures, Wes was there for me, and we would always take pictures back and forth. This was my first time going to New York City, actually. Right? A lot of people think I'm from New York City. I'm not from New York City. I'm from DC.
DC.
The heavy DC vibes. You feel me? Shout out to Mose.
Whoever says that, be gassing you up.
Type.
Whatever. She don't even know where she lives. She don't know where she's from.
And this was from Rochester.
She don't know where she's from. She don't know where she's from.
Manhattan, shout out to y'all.
Anyways.
Manhattan. There's like 3 people from Manhattan at this school. Anyways, so yeah, there's also that. I shot that in Onondaga. No, I did not shoot that in Onondaga. But yeah, there was that. And yeah, but little by little, we've been progressing and doing more photography.
Is that like the part that says phases? Is that like, did you edit that or was that like?
Yeah, no, I included that. It's kind of how I felt, you know. It's just like,
Your phases in life?
it was just phases in life, man. But then that is from the actual DMA event that I was telling you guys about, the Creators Ball, where we got a bunch of artists to come out and perform. And not at all. I'm in the studio though.
I can spit something.
Spit something.
Yo, what's good? My name is Darla. I came with the track with Perspective Entertainment. Boom.
Take it away, Dennis. Take it away.
That's from Party Next Door. That's from Party Next Door came for Ozfest. I got the opportunity to take pictures at that concert. I was a little far, but I think they still came out pretty good. That was over this summer. That's right where I live in DC on U Street. If you guys know about U Street, you know about U Street.
Stop the video, screenshot it, and let's find where he lives.
Don't do that. Why would you do that? That was from the.
That's a beautiful picture. Is that Madison?
Yeah, that's Madison.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was you in the front. I swear.
It's gotta be racist. It's gotta be racist. But yeah, that was from.
I look the same. I'm just saying.
That was from the annual Darty that the Alphas here host on campus. But yeah, that's kind of like what I try to aspire with my photography, right? Like none of this is planned, none of this is coordinated. Obviously, there are going to be some pictures that are planned and are a little bit more coordinated, but this is just basically what I see in my day-to-day life, right? Like this is just me at the event viewing. You're looking at the event how I'm viewing the event, right? You know, we're not all good with words, and sometimes I'm horrible with words. But that's a perspective right there. But like, you know, like you can't fake what you see. You can't fake your senses, right? And yeah, so this is just this is from our headshots for Oz photography that I did with SUNY Oswego at the beginning of the semester. We just basically noticed that the community was growing little by little by little, and we wanted to highlight that. These are different student leaders, these are different personalities, there's poets, there's thinkers, there's philosophers, right? This is from...
This tough.
That's even like album cover right there. Drake.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. This is from Belle by KK's photo shoot. She
might be on the show.
She has a cosmetic business. It's all vegan. It's all cruelty free. She had a lip gloss that she was putting out. So we got a few models. We did that in Onondaga, actually in my dorm last year.
So who are those, like little rose petals?
Yeah, those are little rose petals.
Okay.
This is another one from the Darty that the Alphas hosted. Shout out to Alphas.
Making like campus look like a movie, and I love that.
I swear you do.
Because I don't be looking at it like that either.
This was about 3 weeks ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago. It's probably like 8 p.m. by the Village. I was just outside of Pics by Danny, if anybody knows that. Her. PIXX by Danny on Instagram, but she got the picture and then I did the editing. And like, yeah, I really wanted to do something maybe like a little bit like more, it feels immersive, you know? There's a lot of green happening, like you're hit with it, right? You can't hide from it.
Hold on, Dennis. You can't tell them all of it. You know why?
Wow.
Because they're coming back with you with a break.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like...
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Hey guys, so Dennis was telling us about his photography and everything. I want to ask you a question.
Yep.
So with your photography, how do you think that like helped you, like with how can I say this in a way, like how do you think it helped you like throughout like coming to college, a different change than DC? Like, do you think it brought you an escape?
I think it definitely helped me, I guess, realize my emotions. For like the first 6 months that I got my camera, it was very much just like I'll pull it out whenever, I'll take pictures if I feel like it. But then I really got heavy into it during what I would say was like a moment of like isolation for me, I think. You know, like classes were kicking my ass. I don't know if I can say that. But classes were kind of really hard on me, and there was just a lot of pressure from coming from like all different parts, and it was just kind of like, again, nobody is ever going to be the best of words, you know? I think it was just a way for me to kind of like express how I feel in a lot of ways. Because I think like it's not as normalized to talk about mental health, but it definitely, like I said, you can't fake your senses, right? So when it comes to like images, when it comes to music, when it comes to art, poetry, you kind of can't fake that, you know, and you kind of can't fake those emotions.
So
I feel like that's a great way to put it.
It is a great way, because I'm not going to lie, like with me, with my poetry, I be going, like, I be writing, but like when I be writing like things that are in my head. That's why it's like low-key harder for me to like open up, like let's say when they be inviting me to like read my poetry, because it's like, damn, like.
Can we hear a poem?
No.
You want to hear a poem? I want to hear a poem.
Nah. This is about you.
Okay.
This is next time.
I'll interview her next time.
But yeah, like, so then it's like, you know how you're like going through all this, like, did you go like, with all these different changes, like, how was it experiencing that like a lot of people are not who you think they are?
I think with that there comes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I think with that there comes the realization that we're all always going to be growing into our best selves, you know.
I agree.
That's not to say to not hold anybody accountable for anything, but that is to say that we have to recognize that this life is very long and there's a lot that we will be learning when it comes to this lifetime, you know? So obviously there are going to be, I guess what you would say, situations where people are not who you think they are, but I think that's kind of like the beauty of getting to understand yourself and getting to understand like who you want to be. It's like, maybe I don't click with this person. Maybe this situation made me feel like this group wasn't the right group for me, you know? I think it's more of a positive thing when you come to that realization, right? Because like you kind of learn a little bit more about yourself when you learn the things that you don't like.
It's like basically like when you come into college. Excuse me, yeah. But it's like when you come into college. It's like you come into college thinking about something, but like a lot of things are not what you really think what they are. Like letting friends go, relationship problems, like academic stress, and not like, let's say for example, I came from high school with good grades, on top of that, ranked 5 in my classes, and then it's like I come to college and it's like you starting over, like you're just new. Paris, how do you feel about that? Like, did you go through a change coming here?
I mean, I did go through that change, but once again, like, it wasn't that drastic of a change because it wasn't a PWI in high school, but, you know, I did grow up in, like, I didn't grow up there. I went to a, you know, predominantly white high school as well, so, like, I kind of got used to just having everybody around me be, you know, not as close to me, so, like, having to find myself a lot of the times. So I feel like with that, a lot of things that when I came to college, it was just like I was already been through it. So I guess I learned from, like, a younger age than most, but it's still a few troubles, you know what I mean?
I have this saying that is like, feel your emotions. Do you guys agree with that? Like, let's say for an example, like, you know how people be like, nah, I don't care, and it builds up. I always be like, feel your emotions, because if you don't feel your emotions, like, you could really like pop out of rage. Do you guys agree with that saying?
Yeah, I think energy is contagious, and I think when it comes to your emotions, like, you can feel how somebody else is feeling when you're in a room with them, you know. So I think again it comes back to like understanding who you want to be and understanding that we are always learning and we are always growing, and with that comes feeling your emotions, you know. It helps you define who you are. It helps you like kind of troubleshoot like your character, your personality and whatnot. So I would say so.
And then I know that you have like a podcast coming soon, so tell us more about that.
The way, like the name of your podcast, that's some heat. So you gotta tell us.
Hold on. What's the name?
Fifth Life Crisis, guys.
What is it? Say it again.
Fifth Life Crisis, like 5, like a midlife crisis, but a fifth life crisis.
You might as well just tell us about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
We're here for something.
So you know how I do photography and you guys have me here because I do photography? It's kind of like that in a way where I have different people like authors, poets, producers, musicians, singers, rappers, and I bring them on and we basically talk about their life condition, you know. We talk about like maybe like their hardest moments within their life and how they use like whatever creative endeavor they're currently doing to kind of like mitigate that and go through that, you know? Because I feel like, again, when you talk about feeling your emotions and then when you talk about having a creative endeavor, like allowing yourself to feel your emotions kind of highlights that, you know? And when it comes to like, a fifth life crisis is basically like a midlife crisis, but between the ages of 18 and 23. It's kind of like where you're not yet a kid. I mean, you're not yet an adult, but you're still not technically a kid. And it's like, it's one of the most transformative like parts of your life, I would say. So like I kind of talk about that, and then we kind of lean on how whatever creative endeavor they have helps them go through that.
I feel like with that, the fifth life crisis,
Yeah.
like a lot of teenagers might not even teenagers, young adults don't have that platform to like hear that somebody
100%.
else is going through the same thing that they're going through. So I feel like that's, you did tell us that you haven't put out a new episode in a while. So we here to tell you today, not today.
If you need
but
people,
you need to
I'm
drop
here
that.
because I could talk about
This is where I get to interview them.
Yes.
You can't cough on the podcast, so.
I'll be good. I'll be good.
No coughing allowed.
I'll be
There'll
good.
be no dust. We'll clean up all the dust.
And I feel like we also did touch a little bit about, you having certain friend groups, and maybe sometimes people might just take advantage of you just because you take pictures, and you always want to like find your tribe or something like that. Can you like tell us a little bit more, like how do you pick friends and like who to really get close to?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just at a point in my life where I'm only around people who love me. I think for a while you get into college, and especially for me, everything kind of just hit me like a wall. Like, there's parties, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. Like before I knew it, I guess my friendships and like the amount of people I was around kind of just exploded. And for a while it was fun, yeah, but then you kind of crash out and you burn out of that.
And it consumes your energy.
Yeah, so I feel
agree.
like right now I kind of just learned that, everyone has to find their tribe and everybody has to find people that they know are good for them, And that's kind of how I go with my relationships now. So things just kind of tend to work out in that way.
Did you like at any point have a feeling that like people were only around you because you took pictures that like you could benefit them, or was it really never?
I mean, a little bit, but then I kind of, I have to put myself in their shoes, and I also have to realize that, everybody has a dream, and it's not something I should take personal, If I can help the next person in one way, then screw it. Let's work. Let's see if it works. Let's see if something comes out of that. And if it doesn't, then, hey man, we tried. But then,
At least we tried.
every door is open, and every door is always going to be open, because again, we all could use a hand. We all could use somebody to lean on, and we all could use a way to get into that door, whatever that may be.
So I feel like, this was a great show. You feel me? We are running out of time, which is kind of sad.
Running out of time.
Shout out to
Running
Ellie
out of
Creator.
time.
We got a little singing action by, my girl.
I gotta work on my TV voice like you guys. Yeah, I feel like this was a great show.
This might be a great show.
We had a great time.
Always be true to yourselves, everyone.
That's going to do it for this week's episode of Perspective Entertainment. A big thanks from our boy Dennis for being on the show today.
Thank you guys for having me.
See you in a few weeks. Shake it.
Piss.
Shake it.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
You don't have a mic. You have to shake.
Okay. Ready?
Welcome to Off the Clock.
We did not get it right this time. But it was better. There was an improvement.
A little bit.
Decided improvement.
But it's the last time it'll be the three of
Get
us
with the
doing
program,
it.
girl.
But it's a sad day, guys.
Shall we
It's
not
my
address
last
our fourth
episode.
member?
I know, we're going to.
Okay, good.
Natalie, would you like to introduce
Hi.
yourself?
Hi, guys. Long time no see. I feel like I'm home. Not really, but it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back. How have y'all been?
Great.
Yeah.
You've been watching Off the Clock?
Where have I been?
Yeah.
This is awkward. This is really awkward. I've
tell the
been
truth.
seeing someone else.
Oh no, you're cheating on Off the Clock?
Nightly news.
With nightly news.
Oh, get out.
I know.
Guys.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's not you.
I think we're going to have to fight.
Can we do it later?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I've been doing more newsy things this semester, but it's nice to be back with the girls.
Exactly.
Right.
Senior week special.
Yeah, I had to for Steph's last show.
Yeah.
Which we didn't talk about yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I cut her off. My bad.
Normal show. We cut each other off. I do it all the time too. All right. But yeah, it's my last episode here and my last time being on air here, so.
No!
So it's a sad episode, but we're still going to have a good show today, guys, so don't worry about it. So, what do we have next, guys?
Oh, well, you're talking about
we
me
already
again,
introed
no
you.
Well, we
problem.
introed Natalie.
already
Scroll a
let
little
you in.
faster. A little.
We
Keep
already
going.
did
Keep
that.
going.
So yeah, like Steph said, and we said, it's her last show, which means we have some surprises for her. Not yet, later, coming up. So Maddie, Cece, can you give me a little preview? Don't give it away. Just
I got
a little
you right now.
something.
Cupcake, picture, bag,
Wow.
card.
You know, I do think you're giving it away.
I think you did give away the whole thing.
Dignity.
Me use less
Dignity?
Yeah. What else?
I think you've covered all of them.
I think, yeah.
I think if you say any more, we're going to give away the whole
love and support.
That's true. These are all things we put in the bag.
In the bag?
The dignity is on the bottom.
Yes.
How do dignity in there? Good. We
What
got
does
that.
dignity look like? I've never seen it before.
Girl, the diploma.
Diploma.
Okay, all right, that's enough. That's enough. We'll save it.
All right.
So first, Maddie, I believe this is your job.
This is my part, but this is also the end of the semester, Steph/show. So you're going to do the fit check first.
Oh my god.
And you get to say it.
Okay, I get to go first. So,
Yep.
guys, it's time for Maddie's favorite part of the show. Mike, come on. It's time for the fit check. All right.
Yay!
I get to go first today, guys. Exciting, right? So, I honestly don't know where my sweater's from, but it's from somewhere. Probably American Eagle. All my clothes are from American Eagle.
I see the tag. Yep.
Is it from
There's
American
an
Eagle?
eagle
Yeah.
on
There is?
on the
All
sleeve. On the sleeve.
Perfect. And then I have my Levi jeans again, and then my Nike blazers. No, not blazers. I forgot my
I love
blazers at
it.
home. Got my Nikes on. Yep.
Okay, is it my turn
Would
now?
you like to go now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we're back. I don't know where I got my shirt from. This is a bad start. I don't know where I got any of this. I think the leggings are Aerie. The shoes, I want to say they're DSW, but they're by Reebok. And then the earrings are the second pair I ever got. We're not in the handheld.
Ever?
Hello.
When did you get your ears pierced?
Like 4th grade.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so it's been a hot minute. but
Wow.
They're just like little gold balls.
Cute.
They're kind of nice, actually. It's very simple.
Very nice.
I like it.
Thank you.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you could go first.
Oh, me?
Oh.
All right. Well, we're not working with much today. It is finals week, and this is what you get, guys. I'm wearing not sweatpants. That should be enough. I think my friend's mom got me these pants, to be honest. Thank you, Shannon.
Really cute.
And this shirt says Oswego. I got it from Cortland, and this is my mom's jacket. Thank you, Mom.
Wait.
Wait. I went right over your guys'
No, we did not. No, we were just.
You got your Oswego shirt from Cortland.
Yeah.
Huh?
They sell that over there?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why? Why are they making money off our school?
They're not.
You are being very cryptic, but okay.
Okay.
Well,
We won't press that issue further.
Oh, no. She got from Oswego.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, the chair.
It's okay. Slight
Okay,
injury.
y'all. So, Oswego Pom Pom. Get it right. We got the Converse, the typical ones. American Eagle. Mom's Gift.
Aw.
We love mums.
Mommy.
H&M, I think. And extensions from the beauty supply store.
Ooh.
Yes.
Bro, where's
Love.
You lost your arm to your chair.
Oh, it's okay. That's. Ooh, the other one's gonna go. So I'm
Oh
gonna
my
hold that
gosh.
back.
That's the broken
That chair has been a safety hazard
This
for
is
like
and, like look at the legs too. It's like
sinking.
leaning
It's like
backwards.
falling.
Oh
Bro.
my.
If I fall,
If
bro.
you fall, I'll catch you.
She makes it through the end of the show.
Thumbnail.
It'll be okay.
Oh my
That would-
god.
Actually, that would be really good.
We like our news desk always almost broken, like always.
I think it's more than almost broken.
Yeah. So like every night it's like, will it stand? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, last night I anchored and I was hoping that would be
Yeah.
the night it fell. But
Yeah.
it did not. We still have the desk, guys. But since it's the end of the semester, we're going to do a little semester recap. So what everyone wants to tell us, like what your favorite part, best part of the semester at the studio and outside of the studio has been.
Are we starting with?
You start.
You can start.
You start. I need to think a little.
Okay. Best part of the semester. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna start with the studio first. I think the very first vlog we did was like really nice.
Yeah,
Even though
that's
like I
true.
like the other ones, like the apple farm, and what else did we do? Damn, I forgot. I edited all of these.
We did thrifting, apple farm.
Thrifting was the first one. I like that one.
There was another one. Cooking.
Yeah. And the brownies. But yeah, I like the vlogs that we do. It was pretty fun, and I enjoyed myself, and I liked shopping with Steph and Maddie. It was pretty cool. Outside of the studio, I think I just like filming my own films and editing, and I really enjoyed this semester. I should have all A's. I'm looking at you, Professor.
Whoa.
So yeah, I should have all A's. Yeah. So
what films have you made this semester?
let's see. I made a short trailer. I made like a few like, is it 30-second to 1 minute films for like my intro to cinema,
Okay.
and then a few other stuff. Just a bunch.
Very nice.
But
I
yeah,
love that.
and like outside of class as well. So it's just a lot. But I'm getting my portfolio up.
And we
Nice.
edit all of our vlogs, and they
She
always
does.
turn out amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's
So
really
props to
cool.
Cece. Everyone shake their pom poms in honor of Cece. Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Maddie, you want to go?
Yeah, I guess so. Hate thinking. I see the Zoom for the thinking. Thank you. I appreciate that. In the studio, honestly, I kind of have to agree with you. It's the vlogs. I feel like it's not very original, but at the same time, like, just being able to get out of the studio and pulling those experiences into the show has been wonderful.
Stephanie makes me laugh all the time.
Yeah, Stephanie is. Okay, my favorite moment was when you fell over just like in the backseat of Steph's car
Oh
and
my
then strapped
God.
yourself in like you were in
Oh
a
my
race car.
Mm-hmm. My driving's great,
You might as well
guys.
be in a
It's
race
great.
car if
It's
you're in
so-
her car.
You know, and that's the fun of it.
You've all drove with me
That's
before,
half the fun.
Okay.
And then out of studio.
You're scared to drive with me or something?
No.
That's why you drove all day today?
Yep.
One of my roommates always shouts, "Jesus, take the wheel" when I'm driving, if it makes
Yeah.
you feel any better. So
I should start doing that. That sounds
you should.
good.
It's quite fun. It's quite fun. Let's see. Out of the semester, favorite memory. I got to take a tour of Turning Stone. That was very fun a
Oh.
couple
Did
weeks
you?
ago. Yeah, and it was like an event planning thing.
Ooh.
And I feel like that's my most fun recent memory. Because we got to we literally got to go inside like all the restaurants. We get to see the behind the scenes of like how everything worked. I was just so impressed at how they don't get lost. Because if you guys ever like been there? No?
No.
Okay, literally the most massive casino ever.
I've heard.
Yeah. You will get lost. Erin's nodding. You've been there. You will get lost. We had like a tour guide, and she's like, it took 3 weeks for me to actually figure out where I was going.
Ugh.
So, but it was very fun to tour it and see behind the scenes. Yes.
Nice.
Steph, do you want to go?
Okay, my turn. My favorite part in the studio is probably like just like before and after the shows. We always like just have so much fun with playing music and
Oh my
everything.
God, I forgot about that.
Like even
Oh
with
my
news
gosh,
and stuff,
yeah.
before news, there's always music playing, and it's just always so much fun to be here. Everyone's laughing, always smiles, you know, seeing the dimples. And that's definitely probably one of my favorite parts of being at the studio. And then out of the studio, hanging out with everyone from the studio. Don't do much outside of the studio,
This girl is a
apparently.
workaholic for real.
Yeah, no, I'm here most of my time, so.
Yay.
Yeah.
We appreciate everything you do
We
for
do.
us.
You do so much.
Thank you.
It's my turn.
Yep.
It is your turn.
Yes, Natalie.
My favorite part in the studio, I don't know. I've enjoyed news a lot this semester. Oh my gosh. I only EP'd one night, so it was less stressful. And I had 3 great EPs. Got Clarissa and Thomas. Love you girls. And I also got to interview Sean Evans. That was fun. I'm a
was
big
pretty
Hot Ones
iconic.
girly, so that was like actually thrilling for me because I love him.
Can you tell us a bit about that experience?
Oh,
Or are
yeah.
you like signing an NDA and like?
No.
Okay.
It was like I was like representing like one person from each media org. Got to interview him on stage before the Jason Wanzone's interview thing. So it was me for TOP, Kate Salamita for WNYO, and then Ben Diamond for the Oswegonian, and it was a great time. It was a little terrifying because it was in front of a lot of people, but I love Sean Evans, guys. It's not a lie. Like I introduced my whole house to Hot Ones in the fall. Anyways, that was fun.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was fun. And then out of the studio,
You have the same problem as me.
the switches are killing me. I don't know. You know what? I had a lot of fun with my friends. I had a fun time with my friends this semester, which I'm very grateful for. I know it sounds dumb, but I had so much fun with everyone, and got to have a lot of quality time with people. And I feel like I got a lot of confidence this semester. So, thank you, spring.
Yes.
Yes. As you should. As you should.
Oh,
Live audience.
Oh my gosh.
Say
Hey,
hello,
guys.
everybody.
Hi, guys.
Yay.
They're very enthusiastic. They're
Everybody
so
settle
excited
down
to be
over
here.
there.
I'm so excited.
Calm down.
Calm down, guys. Don't teleprompter.
He's so invested in the show that he doesn't want to miss a single minute.
All right,
On
but
the
that
teleprompter.
is all the time we have for right now. So we're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll have the question of the day.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close-up of that one.
Matthew, Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Back.
So embarrassing.
We are back.
You caught us.
Yeah, welcome back to Off the Clock. Now it's time for our question of the day. Today's question is, if you had a whole day to do whatever you wanted, what would you do?
That's a deep question.
It's hard. There's so much.
I know exactly what I
Yeah.
would do.
What would you do?
I would have a 5-day meal, right?
Wait,
5-day meal?
Yeah.
5 course?
What does that mean?
5-day meal.
You would eat for 5 days.
So that means I'll have like a 3-course meal and then for 5 days worth.
Delish.
And then I would have a silk bed sheet on like a king bed with like a 55-inch TV in front of me. And then I'd have all my gaming systems because I have a Switch, I got a P4, and I got a Xbox. And then I'll play like, every game that I have.
That's
That
awesome.
sounds like
And then I'll
fun.
probably read a book and go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It sounds
That's a
like
good ending.
day, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Anyone else know?
I would explore the Titanic.
Huh? Two really interesting things just happened.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Aaron
What?
just appeared. And you
Hello,
would
Aaron.
explore the Titanic?
I would explore the Titanic for the first part, and then I would get home, and I don't know what else I would do. What would I do?
That would just take you half the day?
Probably.
And then what else would you do?
I've invented time travel, obviously, because that's how I get to
Yes.
like.
Wonderful.
Or maybe not time travel. Maybe I can do teleporting and time travel, so I can go back to like 1912 on the boat before it sinks.
Why would you want that?
Because it's fun.
Okay.
And then you can compare it to the after when you come back and you go and explore the actual
wouldn't you
sunken
die?
Titanic. No, not on the day that you're like. you
Oh,
can just
oh,
time
oh,
travel right
oh.
off when you're done.
Oh, girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then that's the first half.
It's not what I expected.
No,
I don't know.
I did not
I
expect
think for the
that.
second half, I just watched some Netflix. Yes.
Explore the Titanic?
I'd probably be
and watch
tired. I think I'd be a little tired after that.
Maybe.
Just
a little.
Just a tad. It's fine. But
I
that's
had a day. I guess we're coming to me now. The camera decided for us.
the camera says it's Steph's turn.
Okay. But I think I would probably try and travel somewhere. Like, I wouldn't want to just stay home. I don't know where, but
Come
like,
with
if
the
you can't
Titanic
get
with
all
me.
the way, I can't go to the Titanic with you. But you can't get like all the way to like Europe or anything in a day. So.
I invented
But time travel
teleportation
yours.
and
so I
yeah.
would teleport around like everywhere. Maybe I'll go visit Scott in Australia.
There
I
you
just heard him
go.
over there say that.
Careful of the
So.
spiders. Heard those are
Yeah,
big.
I've heard that too. But
Good luck, Scott.
that's probably what I
Aaron.
would do. Just teleport around the world.
Well, I would do the opposite of Steph, and I would stay home for most of the day. Not all of it, but man, do I love my house. No, I'd be at home, but I would go to Uncommon Grounds, Saratoga Springs, best bagel and coffee you will ever have.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to be reunited with her.
518 Girlies Unite.
518 girls,
Unite.
if you know, you know. 2, I would go home. I would stay there for a while. I would pet my dogs. Baxter, Seeger, love them. I'd pet my cat. His name is Toby. That would be awesome. Then maybe I'd see some friends.
Maybe.
I think maybe we'd go on a walk with the dogs and like all the friends could come. All the friends could come on the walk, bring your dogs. I think that would actually be a great time. And then at nighttime, I really like to cook. And I would make like, if I have time, I don't always have time to, but if I have time, I'll make like good pasta. And like
What
maybe some
kind of
chicken.
pasta?
I don't know.
Do
so
you
that's
do
the thing.
homemade pasta?
I can't make homemade pasta because I don't have a thing and I don't have the patience to like roll it myself.
I don't have a thing.
Fair.
I don't have
the
You know what I
thing.
mean?
I do
Like
not.
the thing.
The
like,
cranky
The thing.
thing.
The
Yep.
thing.
The
I
thing,
don't have
yeah.
the thing.
The thing.
But I like to make homemade sauce.
Ooh,
With
that
like
sounds
vegetables
really
and
good.
stuff.
I'm
If I
coming to
have
your
time,
house.
I will do that.
Girl, send me
And
the
I will have
recipe.
some friends over and we'll eat the
Can
pasta.
you make us some pasta?
And
That
watch a
sounds
little
so
movie.
healthy. I love this.
We'll watch a little movie.
Watch
And it'll
Titanic.
be a lovely little day.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
All right.
All right, keep going.
Would you like to?
Oh, it's my turn now. All right, so yes, this is senior week of productions for all of us here at WTOP. So the regular crew of girls were not all available. We have a lot of men here. Yay! Thank you guys for helping.
It is the all women's
yeah.
cast.
Plus a few men.
Yeah, men.
in the back.
Shut up.
Charlie.
And we have a python in the audience.
Yep.
There's
But we,
Turge,
no,
Zach.
seriously, like,
It's
it's finals week,
we
and
got
we appreciate everyone who came, like, so much, because everyone is busy, everyone has things to do, but you came to help us, yay, and we wouldn't be able to do this without any help. So, but typically during the semester and last semester, this is a all-women's production, and since it's the last show of season 2, I want to talk about why you guys think it's important to have an all-women's show and what you like about it. So, Steph, let's start with you since you're leaving, you're skipping town.
As you can see with our crew here, it's very male-dominated broadcasting, I feel like. So it's a good time to have like a bunch of women. I'm sorry, I was just watching Garrett to the camera.
Zooming in on all the men right now.
Ah!
Zooming in on the men here. Okay. But yes, Long Island Python.
Hey, back here,
Back over here, we're talking.
Come on, we're talking here.
We're talking.
There we go.
No, but it is very male dominated, so it's good to get a bunch of girls like into this and just into broadcasting and wanting to learn more about it, I think. And even with the sports broadcasting, because that has always been a lot of guys. So now we have started to get more of the girls into it, and I think that's really important. So
I agree. And that's like no shade. Like
No.
there's just a lot of guys
Yeah.
here. Like they're great. I think that we have a lot of great people here. There's just, it can be
Definitely.
intimidating, especially to younger girls, girls who aren't that confident, girls who have had bad experiences in like male dominated spaces in the past. So I think this is important to bring girls in and be like, it's fine, you don't have to be scared. Like you'll meet new people, like we're here to support you, get you more involved. If you want to do sports, then do sports. And I know I'm not usually here, but last semester I was here, so.
Snapping, yeah. I agree. Totally agree.
Ditto.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you
Sorry.
guys kind of covered all of it. You know, it's just
Yes.
important to have the representation.
And it
Yeah.
also shows that, you know, us girls can be creative too.
That's right.
You guys
yeah,
talk about
definitely.
sports and baseballs and footballs and hockey
pythons.
sticks
And
and
python.
pucks.
Although I do like a good python.
And what else do you guys talk about?
They talk about all kinds of things.
I don't know.
Come on.
But that's why it's important to have
Basketball.
our girls where we can talk about girl stuff and the
Yeah.
girls don't have to be
Exactly.
afraid to like, join it.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah, it's a good place to, I think, start getting more involved in other things if you want, or just stay here, that's fine too. But if you want to try, like, I don't know, a sports production, do it, it's fun.
They are a lot of fun. All right, but I think that's all the time we have for in this block. So we'll be back after this break. Sorry, Cece. We're
Dude,
very
we
over.
go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
If
You
we
know,
have time,
it's
Mommy,
all
no.
good.
It's 10:30.
10:30.
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Up by Crow, not able to get all of it. DiCarlo on the rebound. Alex DiCarlo.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Greetings and welcome back to Off the Clock. We are heading into the final block of Steph's last episode ever. It's here. And we have a little surprise for her.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Easy, I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Pressure's on.
Let's take a
Camera's
look,
on.
guys. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at it.
Oh, it's me. I really hope you don't walk up to my car while I'm doing this, but I am going to miss you so much next semester. I keep looking to make sure you're not coming, but I don't know what I'm going to do without you. You are one of my best friends and so dedicated to the studio. We are all going to miss you so much. And I just know you're going to do amazing things, and I can't wait to cheer you on. All right.
No, I think I'm stuck here, guys.
Hi. We're back.
Steph, we're gonna freaking miss you! Oh, that's so cute. Okay, guys.
Don't drop it. Careful, careful,
Garrett,
careful.
Oh,
okay.
Garrett, come here. Look at the cake.
I'm just gonna come film the. Ready?
Aww.
Ready? Can you see it?
Congratulations.
Can you see it? There we go. It says, congratulations, Stephanie, love Off the Clock. Shout out to whoever was working at Walmart. She was great. Yes.
She gave us free
She was
decorations.
so great.
Did she
She gave us some
really?
decorations.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I think she said it was supposed to be a secret, but it's on TV now, so sorry.
It's not a secret anymore.
It's not secret. She's great at her
Here's your
job.
gift. There's a few stuff in here. So you guys just yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just open it. Just open
guys.
it. See.
Seems heavy.
Oh, litterer.
We got the picture, of course, of the crew. Aww, that's so cute.
The classic rite of passage when you
I
graduate
know.
from
When
the
we
show.
graduate from the show, you always get a picture of
You
the
do.
crew.
You do.
In a frame. I love it.
Shout out Jill.
Yeah. Who is she? Did she start that?
I don't. I think
started
so.
that.
I
Oh,
think
that's
when we did
another.
it for Meg and Donna at the end of Sunasa.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how it
then you
started.
got your graduation picture.
We didn't have a picture of your face.
Who is that?
We're not sure. He's the stock photo.
It's a demo pic,
He
okay?
came with the frame. You
Yo,
can
no,
keep it.
when you
Yeah.
get your close-ups,
This guy, he graduated too.
Seems like a sweetheart.
when you get your
Congrats to that guy.
close-ups, you can put your picture in
He
there.
does. Very happy.
He looks
very
like
happy.
a very nice person.
Yes, he does. That's so funny. I love it. We'll update it. We'll update it.
We will.
Is there? Oh, there's a card in here too.
There's a card.
Drop that.
Oh, is there something else?
I thought. I don't know.
Is there something else in there?
I'm not sure. I can't remember at
Here,
this
you
point.
open the card. And
I think that might be it.
things did
But
we get?
I think it might have just been the two.
You guys been busy all day.
Yes, rather. Nope, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Aw.
That's all.
And we got you a card too, but we
Yeah,
forgot to sign
our
it,
card
so
is
that's
to come
fine.
after.
We were a little busy.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
so cute. Thank you guys.
Of course, girly.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm out of here, guys.
Hope that was
No,
good
yeah.
enough.
But I did want to say something too, because this is my last time being on air here at WTOP, and it's really sad, honestly. Like, I've grown so much as a person here and met so many amazing people, and it's going to be really sad having to leave, because we're all graduating at some point, and a lot of us are graduating, and I'm going to miss all of you guys, and I'm so happy that I've been able to meet all of you guys and do this great show with all of you. Made some of my best friends here. It's just, Miss
Don't make
all
me
of
cry.
you.
You'll be back. We can feature you on
We'll
something.
be back.
We'll
Oh
be
no.
back. I always just say that
Always
to.
does this.
Is she tired of the chair with the streamers, so she can't leave.
This does happen a lot.
I'll see you like a week after graduation. Taylor Swift, come on.
We're going to Taylor Swift. All right, you got me back.
Yeah.
We're going to see Taylor Swift.
We are. We will be.
As you
soon.
should. That's
like a week
amazing.
after graduation.
It's fun,
Yeah.
guys.
Yes.
Love it.
I'll see you around.
I'll see you. No, but I am gonna miss all of you guys. It's gonna be sad.
Well, what about next semester when there's no Steph? What are you guys going to do?
Well,
We're gonna thug it out, man. I don't know.
we'll figure it out.
We're gonna
Yeah,
be
should we?
Thug it out. That's
That's as far as we got.
That's all we got.
We'll probably be back. So we'll keep you posted. We got a social media, so like you can just follow
it.
You should follow it at. I think it's
Off
just
the
off the clock
Yeah,
Oz.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
Off the
that
Clock.
should be it at off the clock Oz. So I'm just gonna look it up.
I'm not even writing what it's saying, but at off the
Follow
clock.
and
At off the clock.
find out what they're gonna be doing. for
Yeah,
next
find
season.
out. We'll have some great. We'll actually post pictures on there. We promise. I'm looking. at the
Oh,
wrong
we can't
camera
forget the quote of the day.
That's
guys.
what I was going to ask.
Oh my gosh, yes. Quote of the day.
Even though Steph here, she's very smart. We obviously knew she was gonna graduate, but just remember, C's get degrees, and thug it out, y'all. Don't be slacking now.
That's
I'm talking to you in the back, and you in the back. Don't be slacking, but C's get degrees. Keep it pushing, and me and Maddie, we're gonna graduate in like 2024, so we got time.
We
but-
got time.
Yeah.
A little bit of time, not a lot of time, but we got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But thank you for watching this semester.
We love you guys.
And have a great semester.
Please come back for
And-
season 3 in the fall. We love
Yes.
you, and we can't wait to see you again with more
And one more
adventures.
shout out for Steph.
Come on, guys. Hug her.
Oh,
Come here.
hug on the bumpkin.
Well,
Welcome to episode 4 of Sick to Sports. I'm Brian Burrows.
And I'm Ben Diamond. Tonight, we take a look at Week 7 of the NFL season, the MLB playoffs, and preview the upcoming NBA season.
Roll it! Although the Kansas City Chiefs may not look like the Chiefs from previous seasons, they still managed to find a way to get it done week after week, beating the Chargers 31-17. After losing in Week 1 to the Lions, the Chiefs have won 6 straight games and now sit alone at the top of the AFC. Chargers had no answer for Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Mahomes throwing for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Travis Kelce catching 12 balls for almost 180 yards and a TD. Ben, now that they're on a roll, can any team stop this Chiefs offense?
I mean, this was an impressive showing from the Chiefs. As you said, we haven't really seen this Chiefs team play like this since last year, as you said. But then again, the Chargers defense is not a top defense in the NFL. We're talking about maybe middle towards the bottom of the league. We're looking there in LA. But then again, 400 plus yards of passing for Mahomes, and as well as Kelce almost getting 200 yards receiving. That's very impressive. This is the first real outburst we've seen. And I think a game like this could wake the sleeping giant, so this offense could start getting something going, especially if they keep this rolling.
No, and I think exactly what you say. And if they finally have that number 2 receiver too in Rashee Rice. You saw in Week 1, Kadarius Toney kept having those drops, which was and people were like, who's behind Kelce? Who are they going to? Well, Rashee Rice, 13 catches for 165 in the last 3 games, and he's starting to trust those other weapons. Kadarius Toney is finally getting that trust. MVS, Christian Watson, Isaiah Pacheco out of the backfield. And also to add to this, their defense has been stepped up this year a lot compared to past years. They haven't allowed more than 20 points this entire season. So combination of more weapons Mahomes is trusting and the defense is definitely going to make this team very, very hard to stop.
Yeah, I mean, they're unstoppable already, so adding more weapons will certainly not be harmful to them. This season has not been kind to the New England Patriots as they have underperformed and have been riddled with injuries on both sides of the ball. However, that did not stop them from defeating a Super Bowl contending team, the Buffalo Bills, 29-25. Mac Jones was extremely efficient, completing 25 of 30 passes. The Patriots brass stuck with their guy, and it yielded a stunning result. Brian, is this yet another game where we see the Bills kind of play down to their opponents?
Yeah, absolutely. The Bills have been playing down to all their opponents this year, and it really shouldn't. Besides that Dolphins game, they've looked really, really bad. I don't really think they're a playoff team at all this year. I mean, they're 4-3, I think, because of an easy schedule. Except for that win over the Dolphins, it's been Raiders, Commanders, and Giants. Those aren't teams to be like proud to be beating. And the game versus the Giants was way too close. And then the loss to the Jets, they lost to a backup quarterback. It was supposed to be Aaron Rodgers. Then Zach Wilson comes in and beats them. This game was embarrassing for Josh Allen. He was under a lot pressure a lot, but there's a lot of stupid throws. The pick on the first game was straight to it. The first play was straight to a defender. If they sneak into the playoffs somehow, it's going to be a first-round exit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, the Bills still play the Jets a second time this season. They also have the Bengals, the Chiefs, as we just talked about, the Eagles, and the Cowboys in this final stretch of the season. I mean, we're getting towards the halfway point. In the last half of the season, they play like 4 contending teams that could go to the Super Bowl. That's huge. If they're playing like this against the Patriots, what will we see in games when they face the Chiefs, when they face the Eagles? We're really seeing right now the Bills might not be able to hack it come January.
The Cleveland Browns went into Indianapolis on a high after beating the San Francisco 49ers the week prior, but the Colts weren't going to let the Browns get away easy. In one of the highest scoring games of the season, the Browns snuck out the win 39-38. What was lauded as one of the best defenses in football this year, the Browns allowed 456 yards of offense to the Colts as the team dealt with more injuries to Deshaun Watson, Denzel Ward, and Jerome Ford. Ben, are the Browns for real this season, or are they early season frauds?
I mean, I'm inclined to think that they're for real. I mean, if you're winning games when your backup PJ Walker he's not playing like, it's not like he's playing elite and he's in and Deshaun Watson's not and he's making a huge difference. But I mean, he's throwing less than 200 yards a game, throwing an interception against the Colts yesterday, and they still found a way to win, even with their top defense being underperforming like way more than we've seen. I mean, as you said, they just beat the 49ers last week. So to have them then underperform against the Colts team with their backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew, I think that speaks volumes about where this Browns team could go later in the season.
I'm going to go opposite you. I think they're frauds this year. I think they have losses to the Steelers, who have looked good but not great, and the Ravens, who have been really good. So those aren't like too bad. But then the win over the Bengals is because Joe Burrow was hurt. And they still have some very tough offenses on the schedule. The Seahawks just next week, Ravens again, the Rams and the Jaguars, teams that I think are going to take advantage. I mean, Gardner Minshew was through all over them. And if they can't stay healthy, I don't think PJ Walker is going to get them very far.
Yeah, I agree. I think they need Deshaun Watson to really go far. But heading into Week 7, the matchup between the Ravens and the Lions looked like it would be an offensive masterclass on both sides. The Ravens, however, had other plans, as Lamar Jackson played his best football of the season, collecting 357 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in the 38-6 rout of the Lions. This is the same Ravens team that lost 17-10 to the Pittsburgh Steelers just 2 weeks prior. Although the Lions are still 5-2, do you think there are still some really big trade deadline moves that they need to make before they can be called Super Bowl contenders in the NFC?
Yeah, I think they should make a couple moves, especially in the secondary. They have been good, but yeah, we mentioned their defense, especially this week, really let them down, and the offense wasn't great either. But I think they need help on the back end, corners and safeties, maybe even a linebacker. But if you look around the league, players that are available, Dante Jackson from the Panthers, the Giants, Adoree Jackson, Darnay Holmes could both easily be players acquired. On safeties, Budda Baker, Justin Simmons, bigger name players who can make a very big impact in that secondary. They control all of their draft picks this year. And then they have the Vikings starting 4th from that T.J. Hawkinson trade last year. In 2025, it's the Eagles. They have the Eagles 4th, 6th, and 7th, and their own picks. So they have the capital to do it, and there's some good players out there that could really improve that and put them over the top.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Lions, but as you said, they do need those pieces, especially on defense, and that was apparent against the Ravens. But I mean, Lamar Jackson, a healthy Lamar Jackson, very, very scary for the NFL. I mean, he won MVP when years ago. It feels like years ago. It was like 5 years ago. And if he can get back to that form, I mean, the NFL might need to look out for the Ravens in the playoffs.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our talk about Week 4 of the NFL season and get into some MLB playoffs here on WTOP-10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back to Sick to Sports. After looking down and out against the Astros after losing 3 straight games at home, the Texas Rangers bounced back in a big way with a 9-2 victory back in Houston to force Game 7. The Rangers hit 3 home runs and the bullpen shut out the Astros over the final 2 2/3 innings, only allowing 3 base runners. Ben, who's headed to the World Series, and as an update, the Rangers are up 10-2 in the bottom of the 7th in Game 7.
Yeah, we got live game going on right now. I mean, the Rangers, the offense is exactly what they needed from them. You know, they got Max Scherzer. He has been great this year. He's been out for majority of the season, especially down the stretch. You didn't know what you were going to get from him. They needed just a little bit just to get to the bullpen, and they got enough. And that's by the help of the offense. Corey Seager finally turned it on. He hit that home run in the first inning, get that rally started to score 3 runs in the first, and that's exactly what the Rangers needed. And they've taken it, and they're rolling. Can they continue that? We'll see if they can close out this game. It's got to take a little bit of time, but they need to close it out now.
Yeah, and knocking out Christian Javier in the first inning was huge. He'd been rolling. To get him out of the game is huge. I know they went to Hunter Brown in the second inning after the bullpen. He's a really young player, not a lot of playoff experience, so it's very easy to get to him. So the Rangers did exactly what they needed to do. It looks like they're headed to the World Series.
Yeah, and the NLCS, the Arizona Diamondbacks have forced Game 7 against the Philadelphia Phillies in improbable fashion. The 84-win Diamondbacks are 1 win away from the World Series. A collective effort in Game 6, headlined by a strong start from Merrill Kelly, gives Arizona some momentum heading into Game 7. Brian, which of these teams is going through to the World Series?
Give me the Phillies. Ranger Suarez looks like to be on the bump for Game 7. He has been so good in the playoffs. He was dominant in that Game 3, I believe, and he's been just so good. This Phillies team is red hot. I know they lost tonight, but Schwarber and Harper have been killing the ball. Monster home runs out in Arizona. In Philly, playoff atmosphere, give me the Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to disagree. Right now, I feel like the Diamondbacks are in prime position. I mean, they have Brandon Pfaadt starting Game 7, a rookie right-handed pitcher. He was dialed in Game 3, and I think that he can continue that. It's just we'll have to see whether or not he'll be able to handle Citizens Bank Park, because last time it was in Arizona in his last start. But this offense right now for the Diamondbacks has been giving them everything they've needed, so I think he'll be in good hands.
The NBA season gets underway tomorrow night with 2 games featuring 4 Western Conference teams who might all contend for the NBA championship this year. The Lakers take on the Suns and the Warriors take on the Nuggets. In the Eastern Conference, the Celtics and Bucks are heavy favorites to make it out of the Eastern Conference, with the 76ers and Heat also trying to fight their way to an NBA championship ring. Ben, which teams are you looking at to make it all the way to the finals and potentially win it all this year?
Well, out of the East, I think I got to go with the Bucks. I mean, they're plus 400. We're looking at a team that's only getting better just over time. I feel like every year we talk about, Giannis, we talk about Chris Middleton, we talked about Drew Holiday now with the Boston Celtics, but I still feel like even without Drew Holiday, the addition of Damian Lillard is absolutely huge. And I think I'll get more into it in our next segment as well. But this Bucks team not only has probably the chance of one of the greatest duos in history, but has a really good supporting cast as well. We talked about, I just said, like Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez, Jay Crowder, Pat Connaughton, a ton of players on that bench as well that could help this Bucks starting lineup. In the West, the Suns, I think a 2021 Finals rematch is in the works. You know, the big three, Beal, Booker, and Durant, could definitely take this team to the finals. And I think Nasir Little, Yuta Watanabe, and Yusuf Nurkic off the bench as well. Good role players right there. Surprise teams in the East, Cavs and Knicks, possibly. Two young teams that had some success last season. And in the West, the Pelicans. With a healthy Zion, I think this team could go far.
For me, give me the Celtics out of the East. Really good team. I think the addition of Drew Holiday they've talked about it. The defense is incredibly, but the Celtics haven't had a true point guard really since Isaiah Thomas, and having him as a facilitator is going to be huge. Marcus Smart was not the best facilitator. I think having him to give the ball to Tatum, Brown, Kristaps now, I think they're the best team. I think they're going to win it all. I think they're going to beat the Nuggets, my team out of the West. They have that. I think they have the similar core to last year. Jokic, Jamal Murray probably going to take a step up again this year with Jokic probably taking even more pressure. So I think they're a Nuggets team in the West. Surprise teams for me. I think the Magic, the Magic could surprise to make the playoffs and make a run. And in the West, the Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and now they get back Chet Holmgren.
There are a ton of exciting players in the NBA right now, and with the season set to get started, all of them are in the running for the league's MVP. Last year, it was Joel Embiid who beat out his Western Conference counterpart, Nikola Jokic. Brian, who do you think is going to take home the award this season?
Give me Jason Tatum. I'm going straight back to the Celtics, but I think the biggest thing is the players they put around him. I mentioned Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis in the last segment, but I think the biggest thing for him is sharing the ball. His assist numbers, he had less than 5 assists last year. With more players to facilitate the ball, too, those numbers will go up. He was almost 9 rebounds a game, 30-point-per-game scorer. He's still a ball-dominant player. I think close to 30 points again, maybe even a double-double for rebounds, and the assist numbers are going to go way, way up. I think and the Celtics' success will help his cause as well. Players to watch, though, Devin Booker. Even though with KD and Beal, I think he'll be the star of that team. De'Aaron Fox, if the Kings play well. If the Clippers are good, I think Kawhi could be a sneaky MVP candidate. And Karl Anthony Towns. If the Timberwolves can turn things around, I know they have Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert, but I think if he can take that step up, lead the Timberwolves into the playoffs, and be that player he was early in his career, being a three-point shooter and a rebounder getter and a huge point scorer, I think he could definitely be a sneaky MVP candidate as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with the guy from the team that I picked. I'm going with Giannis. I mean, you really can't deny that he's been in the race for the MVP consistently for the last 5 years. And I feel like, once again, it's going to happen again. And again, I think the addition of Damian Lillard is going to take the opposing teams, one of their best defenders, away from him and onto Dame, giving him more of an opportunity to get into the paint where he's just so dominant. But some players that I like to watch, Jimmy Butler, I think is, you always have to look at Jimmy Butler. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as you mentioned before, with the Thunder as a sneaky team. He was averaging around 30 points per game last season, and he still didn't win. But that's because the Thunder weren't as good and the 76ers were. And my final one, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he goes a little bit under the radar, but the Cavs team is still young, still improving. I think he'll be able to lead them back to the playoffs and maybe even further than he did last season. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Brian will be joined by one of our producers, Alex Brooks, here on WTOP-10.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent
prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Welcome back to the Sports. Joining me now is Alex Brooks, one of our producers. Alex, what do you have for us tonight?
Thanks, Brian. It was an eventful Sunday of football capped off by the Philadelphia Eagles' 31-17 win over the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Football. The Eagles' defense was able to shut down Miami's high-power offense by allowing Tua and company to score only 10 points. With the result from last night, Brian, is this more about the Eagles winning or the Dolphins losing?
I'm going to say this is more about the Eagles winning. I had some questions personally about how good the Eagles were. Their defense hadn't really stepping up, but they stepped up in a big way this past week, and so did Jalen Hurts. Looked a lot better, 280 yards and 3 total touchdowns. I know he had that pick, but picks happen. A.J. Brown continues his dominance. He has been so good. I would put him maybe in the top 5 of receivers in the NFL right now. And I said the defense finally stepped up to under 220 yards, only 1 touchdown for a guy who had been throwing the ball over every other team. They only had 45 rushing yards as a team as well. I know the Eagles' run defense had really no questions about it, but to keep Raheem Mostert just completely on down, great. And the Dolphins can't beat half decent teams. The Bills, the Eagles seem to be kryptonite for them, but I think there's much more about the Eagles winning this game.
Yeah, I agree, Brian. I feel like with the Philadelphia Eagles this season, they've always been tested. They've always gotten some adversity because all these teams were kind of like a cupcake schedule. They finally played a team that they could beat and people would be impressed by. The Eagles had Eli Ricks on Tyreek Hill, so an undrafted free agent making the most of his opportunities. I agree that it was the Eagles winning this one. Staying with the birds of the brotherly love, the Eagles went out and traded for Titans All-Pro safety Kevin Byard this afternoon. The Eagles acquired Byard in exchange for a 2024 5th and 6th round picks, along with safety Terrell Edmonds. Brian, with the Eagles struggling in the secondary, how much does this improve their team moving forward?
I think this is a major addition to the Eagles. Kevin Byard has been one of the better safeties in the league since his breakout year of 2017 when he got that first All-Pro. He got another in 2021, as you see right there on the graphic. But he's one of the best ball-hawking safeties in the NFL. Darius Slay and James Bradbury are going to feel the help from him so much because teams are going to be so much more scared to go over the top now with Kevin Byard back there. Their pass rush also is already so good for the Eagles. So now you're going to look at so many more coverage sacks when takes them maybe a little more time to get that pass rush in Kevin Byard, and the back end's going to help so much. They were already only allowing 227 passing yards against per game, so this is just going to help that much more. The Eagles made a very, very good addition in this one.
Yeah, I completely agree with this, Brian, because the Eagles' defense, prior to the Dolphins game, they allowed 24.7 pass completion and 1.7 pass touchdowns. And they also, their corners aren't really performing. They're underperforming Darius Slay, James Bradbury. So having the leadership of Byard, someone who's been here, and also a Philly native, it's going to be really, really good for the Eagles going forward. From Philly to the Dirty Birds, Falcons rookie running back Bijan Robinson had 1 touch in Atlanta's walk-off 16-13 win against the Bucs. Number 7 was said by the Falcons that he had a headache, which caused his very light workload. Brian, with questions circling around the league regarding this decision, will this serve as a distraction for Atlanta?
I think it will. This is one of the weirder things we've seen in the NFL the last couple years. Personally, watching the game, I was confused, like, where's Bijan? Why is Algier getting so many touches? The team is being investigated by the NFL. you have to report an injury or an illness before the game. They didn't do that. They just kind of sat him without really giving a reason, and then after the game, so the league's investigating this. If this takes a while, it takes a couple of days while they're trying to practice, while they're trying to get stuff done heading into next week, this very much could be a big distraction. DraftKings also issuing refunds on any Bijan bet was very interesting to see. And another thing to tell you that this was kind of a mistake by the Falcons.
Yeah, I completely agree with you what you just said, Brian. And also, like, this is a distraction that Atlanta doesn't really need. I mean, they're playing really good football, and they're also the Falcons just not commenting or like today was very strange. So this is going to be something that the NFL has to investigate moving forward if they want to just have their league be good. We're going
to take a quick break here at Stick to Sports. Thanks once again for Alex for the fast break. When we come back, Ben, Alex, and I will head into extra innings. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Stick to Sports on WTOP-10.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy. Look at the bling. Do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
Scoring, going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Now let's get ready for another edition of everyone's favorite segment, Extra Innings.
I know it's my favorite segment.
My favorite too.
It's my favorite as well. All right, so let's look at the standings for last week. I know that Ben, you didn't really do that well.
No,
last
I
week.
didn't. I don't want to talk about it. Can we not put up the standings?
I think we should.
I don't think we should.
Everyone in the back, can we put up the standings right there? There we go. All right, Brian,
Okay.
you went 2-3 last week, so you're at 7-7. Ben, you went 1-4, and I went 3-2. So, man, it was
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's tough, Ben. That's tough.
I'm gonna go 5 for 5 this week.
All right.
Okay. Wow. That's a big claim.
We'll see. So we're going to start off with the 49ers at -5.5 versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll start with you, Ben, because you said you were going to go 5 for 5. You go.
Right now, I'm inclined to pick the 49ers, although right now on Monday Night Football, they're not looking fantastic. Although I feel like you still can count on a breakout, a bounce back from this 49ers team. So I'm going to go with the 49ers, go with Purdy, go with McCaffrey, go with that defense. Yeah, definitely 49ers.
I'm going to go Bengals to cover. I think the -5.5 is a little big for me. I know the Niners have been really good, but I think the Bengals coming off a bye are going to be really good. So I'm going to take Bengals.
I'm going to take the 49ers on this one. I don't think, they're struggling against the Browns, struggling a little bit against the Vikings. I think they'll pick it up and beat the Bengals. So we'll go over to the next matchup. It is Seattle Seahawks at -3 versus the Cleveland Browns. I'll go with you, Brian.
Give me the Seahawks -3. I think the Browns coming off this win, but not a good win. I think the Seahawks were going to throw all over them. They didn't have DK last week. They'll probably have him back. JSN looked good, so give me the Seahawks at -3.
Give me the Browns. I mean, their defense is something else. They did have a blip this week against the Colts, but I still think they'll bounce back and they'll be just fine against the Seahawks.
I think a little inconsistencies with Deshaun Watson, P.J. Walker. I'm going to take Seattle and Kenneth Walker to beat up on the Browns. But we're going to move over to Oregon versus Utah. Oregon is favored at -7 against Utah. I'll go with you, Brian. Or go with you, Ben.
Yeah, all right. I'll go first on this one. I think in this game, it's going to be very interesting. Utah played a fantastic game last week, and that can't go unnoticed. But I think Bo Nix and Oregon are going to get this one done.
Give me Utah. Their defense is what keeps them in the top 25 every year, keeps them in games every week. They just beat Caleb Williams. I think they can keep Bo Nix down.
I'm going to take Oregon on this one against Utah. We'll move over to the Nuggets at -5 versus the Los Angeles Lakers. As NBA starts up, I'll start with you, Brian.
Give me the Nuggets at -5. I don't trust the Lakers. I don't know why they're even so heavily favored to win an NBA championship. I like the Nuggets so much more in this matchup, giving them at -5.
I think it's really interesting right now. It is an early season Lakers team, so we're seeing the healthiest version of this team we'll probably see all season. So there is a chance the Lakers could win this one, but although I don't think they will. I think the Nuggets are going to take this one and start the season off 1-0.
Well, it was announced earlier that LeBron is the oldest player in the NBA right now. I'm going to take LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers on this one. So we'll move to our final matchup. It's going to be the Golden State Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns. Ben, start us off.
I'm going with the Suns. That triple threat in Arizona, I don't think they're not going to lose a lot, and I don't think they're going to lose this one.
Give me the Warriors. Chris Paul is a Warrior now. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, that team is going to be really good. Warriors.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson against the Suns. I'm taking Steph Curry and Klay Thompson for the Golden State Warriors.
I don't know. I think you're wrong. Both of you.
I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong.
That's all the time we have on this episode of Stick to Sports. Huge thanks to Sam Keeney and the Creative Services team for the new intro video. Be sure to tune in next Monday at 10:30 right here on WTOP-10.
Bam.
You messed it up again, guys.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Welcome to Off the Clock.
We did it.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Cece.
I'm Steph.
And this is Off the Clock. You're really in for a treat tonight because we got some interesting stuff for you. We have a baking vlog, of course, our iconic fit checks, our question of the day, and we are going to introduce some crew members along the way.
Cue Steph.
But first, we're going to start with a little game of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So I found some questions online, and we're going to start off easy. So the questions I found start off at like a first grade level, and then we're going to go all the way up to a fifth grade level. And then there's a question for each grade. So are you guys ready?
No.
Scared, but yeah. Scared, but yeah.
I don't think it'll be too bad. So you can also see them in the prompter. So the first question is what's the contraction of the words will not?
Well, W-O-N''T.
Yeah.
Who answers it
Was I
first?
supposed to like buzz in or?
I mean, yeah. How are we gonna do this?
Just
I forgot
slap
what a
the chair.
contraction was.
Slap the chair.
It's like adult.
A
Well,
contraction.
shouldn't.
I know, like, because you don't learn that kind of stuff often anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know like
They
what
just
it
say-
is,
they
but
say
I
not
just
to
didn't
use
know.
it.
It was, like I forgot there was a name for it.
Yeah. It's like won't.
The scientific.
Okay.
Won't.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh man, I didn't think. Okay, so the second one is identify the adverb in this sentence. Sarah danced beautifully in her recital. What's the adverb?
Hang on. I know what verb is.
I
use adverb eluding me.
Beautifully?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right now.
Isn't the adverb like it has to do with like the action, right?
I don't know.
I guess it's a descriptive word. Oh, I think it's the word describing an action.
Describing an action.
Describing an
beautifully
action.
dancing. Okay.
Okay.
I guess so. That makes sense. Right?
Oh, I think I got the next one. You read it first. You read it first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spell the word describe.
Spell it?
Yes, spell.
Okay.
Or you don't have to spell it. What is the word defined as another way to say the most angry.
Is it irate?
No, the most angry.
The most
so what's
angriest.
Another word, what's a word to say that?
Angriest.
Is that your final?
I'm not sure.
Wait, no, wait. Wait, repeat the question.
The most angry.
The most angry?
So what's another, that's like one word to describe just saying the most
So we're
angry.
not like looking for synonyms?
No.
Oh, then angriest.
Yeah, you're right. I just wanted to
angriest?
take a second guess.
I don't know why I started off with irate and then
I
like.
don't know. That's why
Wait,
I was
what
a
did
little
you say?
confused.
I said irate.
Oh.
I'm like overthinking this massively.
Damn, I must be
Okay.
dumb.
No, you're not dumb.
So this one's a spelling question.
Oh, I got this.
So, spell